Hello humans and extraterrestrials. So today I'm going to be finally, I think maybe for the fourth time, because I filmed it too early and realised I had to finish book since reading it, doing my March reading wrap up. Again, this is a weird mix of just like a normal reading monthly wrap up and balancing the books from drinking by my shelf. Wherein it's basically drinking by my shelf, but I talk about the books I've started reading or that I'm still reading, and I also don't punish myself for my TBR really going up, especially not for these few months, because the worst thing that I could be doing right now is getting rid of books when I have plenty of time clearly to read them. So we're first going to start with the books that I read, then we're going to go to the books that I bought, and then we're going to talk about the books I'm still reading, and then also, talk about overall. So the first book I read this month was at the very start of the month, so what I can say about it is a bit limited, was Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Now this book I have owned for a long time. I say a long time, I've owned it for since July maybe. It might have been, but I think it's been less time than that, since whenever the show, it was just after the show came out. I bought it then. I don't remember when that was. Might tell me. Yeah, it was last year, but it doesn't, obviously, because that's how books go, it doesn't go more specific, but I gave it 4.5 stars. I absolutely adored it. If you're unaware somehow, I apologise for that noise. If you're somehow unaware, this book is the story of an angel called Aziraphale, a demon called Crowley, and the Antichrist, literally the child of the Antichrist, called Adam, are attempting to stop Armageddon, which, if that doesn't interest you, I don't know what will. There's lots of shenanigans. It's flipping hilarious because of Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I just really enjoyed it. I think the reason I gave it 4.5 and not 5 is firstly because I watched the show first, so I kind of knew what was happening. So it wasn't like I was amazed by I knew what was happening, so I wasn't as enthralled maybe. I did still really want to know how it played out, but also I think it took a while to get into, and I don't know if it's just the writing style or what it is, but it took me a while. Also, this has sticky notes in the first half of it, because when I started reading this in December and then had to put it down because I wasn't in the mood for it, and when I was doing that I'd started putting tabs in my books, so I kind of gave up with that halfway through. Because I was planning on doing a full-fledged review of this, but I kind of lost interest in that, so we're not ever going to do that. Unless people ask for it, I might do one if people are really interested. But yeah, really enjoyed this. The next book I read this month was very little. This is Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. She wrote this for the, I think, 2016 World Book Day. This is 63 pages long or something. It's a very little read. I was saving it for a bus or train journey or something, but that's not going to happen anytime soon, and I just sort of used it to get out of a bit of a slump. I was in a little bit of a reading slump this month. Just because I'd been like, oh, I have a reason to read now, and then was annoyed that I hadn't been reading all the time, but I really enjoyed it. It's a cute little story about a girl called Elena who is in a line to see the new Star Wars film. She has it in her head that it's going to be this big amazing thing. She goes 4 days early or something. And she gets super excited for it to be a huge Star Wars fandom thing immediately, and then it isn't exactly how she expects it to be, basically, but she still finds love in fandom and, meets friends and all that sort of stuff. It's a cute little read. I gave it 4 stars. Just a really cute little read. The next one, the reason I gave it 4 not 5 is probably just because I understand she wrote it for World Book Day, so it wasn't supposed to be long, but I would have loved to have seen more of this. The next book that I read this month was Me by Elton John. This I gave, I think I gave this 5 stars. This is one of the first, I think maybe the only, autobiographies or memoirs or any of them, which I still don't know the difference between, that I've ever given above a 4-star review. I don't tend to get along with autobiographies and memoirs and all of that as well as I do with fictional books, just because it's easier to pull you in with fiction, but because like if someone can, I feel like it's more powerful, and this is just a personal thing, if someone can draw something from their mind and it pull you in as opposed to something that's really happened. However, this was an exception because I truly adored Elton John and both his music and his life story, I guess. I have the utmost respect for the things that he went through, and this was both funny and heartbreaking. If you don't know a lot about Elton John, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but this certainly tells you a lot about his life. It was phenomenal. I really, really highly recommend it, even for people that don't like memoirs and things, because I don't usually, but this was phenomenal. I loved it. Also, his writing is just, his style is just very funny to me, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that. The fourth and final book that I literally finished today is Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. I finally, if you saw on my, I think my previous video, I don't know, I'm filming this in a weird order, should be my COVID-19 reads. If not, that's going up soon, but I mentioned this series, which already done it, and I love this series. I gave this book 5 stars, and I love the Percy Jackson series. It's such just a little, it's not quaint because it's not, because Rick Riordan's famous and it's not really like quaint, but it has like a quaint vibe. Like it's such like a, oh, it's just a story about a kid, you know? And I really enjoyed it, and it's just, the fight sequences are really good, and it's like, especially for a younger kids book, like it has good fight sequences, and the relationships that are built are genuinely really interesting, and I just really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I found the story really compelling. Like they were having the fight from like halfway through and beyond, which is rare in these books. It was like non-stop, a sort of, not like a battle because there was bits in between obviously, but it was the same thing going on for a long time, and I found it really interesting regardless of that. But yeah, I enjoyed it phenomenally. Now onto the books I bought. I bought 3 books this month. 2 of them together, 1 of them separately, but the first one is Bernardine Evaristow's Girl, Woman, Other, which is a story collection. It's not. It is a, there are different sections split into different characters. There's, I believe, 12. 12 very different characters from across the UK. Over a century, there are 12 different people throughout this story, and they are all interlinked and intermingled, and it seems really interesting, and it's apparently a very feminist work, which I appreciate, and lots of YouTube people, it was like going around in the YouTube sphere a few months ago, and I've heard really good things, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So yeah, the second I bought was The Familiars by Stacey Halls. This was a complete whim purchase. Like I just saw it and read the description and was just like, ooh, interesting. So this is a book set in the year 1612, Lancashire 1612, so the early 17th century, about a girl, well, a woman during the witch trials, who meets a woman who she becomes fast friends with, and then has to help her out of being accused of being a witch, and out of how to not, get killed. It looks really interesting to me, and I just think it'll be lovely. Also, I don't tend to buy books based entirely on covers, but isn't that so gorgeous? The other one's gorgeous too, to be fair, actually. They're both very nice books. But yeah, excited. This is the third and final book I bought this year. I also bought it this month. I also bought it secondhand, so if it looks a bit rusty, that's why. This is Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This is a book that I saw Paperback Dreams talking about, well, I've seen her talking about a lot. Like, she adores this book. I think it's probably her favourite book, although by the time I've uploaded this, maybe she's changed her mind and she loves, I don't know, something else. But she talks about this book a lot on her channel, and I really enjoy Paperback Dreams content. I'll put a link in the description. If I forget, let me know in the comments. But I really think I'm going to enjoy this. It's about a girl in high school who's sort of a proper, like, she just studies non-stop. She's, what's the word they use? Yeah, a study machine is the phrase they use, which makes so much sense. So, and it's basically just sort of her life. It seems like a very slice of life, like YA about a teen in school, which seems honestly right up my alley. Like, I don't tend to go to them, but something about this one just called to me, I suppose. Plus, Paperback Dreams talks about it a lot, so I kind of want to see what the fuss is about. So yeah, I also DNF'd, I believe, I think I DNF'd, no, I just DNF'd one book actually. I DNF'd a book. I'm not going to talk about it because it's not worth talking about the books I don't like, to me anyway, because it wasn't like problematic, it just wasn't my thing. But I also am currently reading 4 books. So, wait, 4 books? 5 books. 5 books if you count the audiobooks. So we're going to talk about the non-physical ones first. I have 3 of those. So the first one is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I've been reading this on ebook for quite a while, just out of leisure, because I've never actually read Harry Potter, which is surprising as someone who really enjoys the content, and I thought the films were okay. I really enjoy the fandom, and I read and look at and watch stuff about Harry Potter a lot because I just enjoy it, but I've never read the books cover to cover. I know the story, you know, I know everything that happens, but I know it from like Tumblr posts and reading synopsis and stuff because I didn't own the books. But I'm finally reading them on Kindle reading, or sorry, on Prime Reading, because if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can get certain books on Amazon for free, and one of those is the whole Harry Potter series is on there for free, so I'm reading it. I will eventually get my own copies, but I don't have them right now. So the other 2 that I have on ebook, well, one of them's ebook, one of them's audiobook. The ebook is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is my book club book of the month. I think we're doing it monthly, I don't know, but our book club book, the one we're doing now, is Frankenstein, and I have it on ebook. I've not yet finished it. I've read the first chapter. I think it's okay so far, but yeah, I also, in non-physical form, have Beloved by Beloved. What am I talking about? Becoming by Michelle Obama. Beloved? I mean, she is beloved. But Becoming by Michelle Obama, which is her memoir. It's the really long one. It's like in audiobook, it's I think about 19 hours long, which is pretty long. Damn. I'm really enjoying it. I like her voice. Like, that sounds weird, but like I really enjoy listening to her voice. I think she's got a really capturing tone. Like, you just want to listen to what she's saying, and it's not just because she is Michelle Obama, but just she's so interesting. I'm about 6 hours through. I'm really enjoying it, so that'll take me a while to get through, but once it is, I think it'll be worth it. I also have 2 physical ones I'm reading. We'll just do it this way. So this is The Complete Works of Oscar Wilde. I'm currently in the middle of The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I'm loving because I love Oscar Wilde's works. I'm reading this for a project that I can't really talk much about because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I am reading it for a project, as you can see by these. So yeah, I'm enjoying it because I love Oscar Wilde's writing style and the way his phrasing and how every single thing he writes seems to be quotable. There are so many quotable things. Let me find. Like, I don't even know if it's intentional or not, but the entire preface of The Picture of Dorian Gray is so quotable. Goodness gracious. To reveal art and conceal the artist is the art's aim. The highest as the lowest form of criticism is a mode of autobiography. There's so many quotable things in all of these and I'm enjoying them. But yeah, and the last book that I am currently reading is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, which is part of the Infernal Devices trilogy. I read the entire Mortal Instruments, it's over there, that's why I'm looking, the entire Mortal Instruments series in 2016 or 17, whatever year the first series came out, or sorry, whatever year the first part of season 2 of the show came out. I read the entire Mortal Instruments series back to back, just in like a few weeks, which for me is very quick, because I thought they were phenomenal. But I bought these not long after that and then never actually went to read them, which is sad because now I'm reading it, I'm really enjoying it, and I don't know why I didn't start sooner, because it tells the story of Jim Carstairs, what's his name? Tessa Gray, and oh my goodness, what the heck is his name? That's really annoying. Lightwood. Or not Lightwood, Will Herondale, that's the other one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, so there's that. I have just started the 3rd chapter, so tell me in the comments what you're reading and how it's going, if you're liking it, what are your thoughts. Tell me if you've read any of these books, tell me your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, you know what to do, and please remember to drink your water, eat your vegetables, and peace out, I guess.